Thank you, with Bob McKenzie and Jeff O'Neill. And so that astonishing comeback on Friday, which would have been legendary if the Leafs won Game 5, might have been a turning point for this group, for the franchise. Instead, just becomes a tiny footnote on another early exit, and another disappointing one. Jeff O'Neill, what went wrong, and what are the implications going forward?
Well, it's extremely disappointing for the Maple Leafs, James. They're supposed to be locking horns with the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Boston Bruins, and they can't get by the Columbus Blue Jackets in a play-in series. This team, all the talk going into camp was prepping themselves to go on that run and take that next step. It seems like there's more questions than answers. They do have some high top-end talent. All their best players play on the same line tonight. Seems like depth is a problem, flexibility is a problem going forward, and three things that have ailed this team all happen on the same play. Attention to detail, 4-on-1. Three guys decide to change on the half wall over there. Depth on defense. Here's Martin Marincin trying to defend this 2-on-1, just standing there. And Freddie Anderson making a big save in an elimination game. He just can't do it. That's a 5-hole shot right along the ice. He's got to make that save. All three of these things have hampered this team, and it cost them tonight.
Toronto Maple Leafs have come up with some really inventive ways to lose elimination games in recent playoff years, but not being able to score a goal, a single goal. I mean, I don't think anybody had that one on their bingo card, not for this hockey team that has so many offensive weapons, but they weren't able to score a 5-on-5 goal for basically, well, since the middle of Game 3. Nick Robertson's 5-on-5 goal that made it 3-0 in Game 3 was the last 5-on-5 goal that they scored. Can't even imagine that they'd come up that shy. The extra disappointment here is that this wasn't even a first-round playoff loss. It's not the Boston Bruins, and technically, it's not the playoffs, even though it may have felt that way. So, yeah, lots to unpack here for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You mentioned Tavares, Matthews, and Marner, Jeff, playing together, which was magic in that comeback in Game 4. But was it the right move to keep them together on one line for most of this game?
I didn't like it, James. I didn't like it before the game, and I don't like it after the game with the loss. There was no team momentum. Obviously, these guys are highly talented. Every time they were on the ice, they were creating opportunities. They can skate, they can handle the puck. But after they got off the ice, it's like it wasn't even the same team going out there. These three guys were fantastic in that crazy comeback win. But to start this game, you needed to create some team momentum, shift after shift, having guys go down in Columbus's zone and create havoc, create opportunities. As soon as these five guys wheeled off the ice, it was a completely different team. They couldn't generate any momentum, and that top line ultimately couldn't score a goal and get the job done for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight.
You know, I felt like the Toronto Maple Leafs were kind of playing with house money in this Game 5, which is to say that as incredible as that Game 4 comeback was, it was so thrilling and there was so much there to build on. At the end of the day, I thought they played a really poor game in Game 4 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they were really fortunate to win. Now, I think they played better. I think they played a lot better than they did in Game 4, but they didn't play well enough. And when you start to look at what plagued them, I mean, John Tavares could have won this game himself 3, 4, 5 times over with the quality of opportunities that he had to score goals. And then at the other end of the ice, you've got the goal by Freddie Anderson. When it's 1-0, he lets it in. It's a bad goal, whatever way you slice it. He wasn't a bad goaltender in this series, but at the other end, Jonas Korpisalo. You get Andreas Johnsson right after it's 2-0. He comes down right down Main Street, and Korpisalo makes an unbelievable save. That's the difference. Anderson got out-goaled, and the Toronto Maple Leafs big guns came up shy.
And credit the Blue Jackets. Regrouping after that comeback loss is something else. So there's going to be changes. There is on every team in the offseason. Should there be significant changes to Toronto, perhaps core changes?
I think they have to, James. You're talking about 3 first-round playoff losses and now a group that can't get in the playoffs. They added Tavares, and now they didn't qualify for the playoffs. I think you have to look at it making drastic changes.
The one thing this does, an already intriguing draft lottery just goes next level now, because you have the possibility of Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Toronto, and numerous other interesting teams all having a chance at Alexis Lafreniere.